Now we need to get over to Nasita. Good morning.
Hey, we're talking food. Just in time for your holiday entertaining. Do you want to put a twist in your holiday cooking? Well, we decided to bring in the man in charge at Marigold Restaurant, Joe Moore, to show us some great dishes with Indian flair. And welcome. I think a lot of people are listening to this segment and thinking, gosh, that's so hard to do. Indian food is hard to do.
From experience, that was my first thought too, but as I work more and more with Indian food, it's amazing how easy a lot of the things are.
A big part of it, of course, the spices. And so let's do a little bit of a primer. You've brought some spices here. This is what gives it its distinctive taste and aroma. Let's sort of go through what we're looking at here. This is
fenugreek seeds.
And this is
nutmeg, as we discussed earlier. Most people have never seen it whole. They've seen it ground, but that is in fact the nutmeg for you.
Paprika?
Yep.
Okay. And this
onion seeds.
Onion
also
seeds.
called kalonji seeds.
And
you have coriander, cumin, garam masala, which is also a spice mix.
Right. Gosh, I wish there was smell-o-vision. This stuff smells great. Now, everyone knows this.
Diced ginger.
And
turmeric.
Bay leaves, we've used that.
Yep.
And this
we have red chili pepper. And cloves.
Okay, and often you have 3, 4, 5 of these spices in any dish?
At least in almost every dish. That is definitely the case. But again, it's not always as difficult as we have just discussed.
Okay, so let's talk about putting a twist on the classic holiday dish. Green beans.
Everybody has green bean casserole.
Sure.
Every single year. But how can you make it a little bit different? Something so simple. You're looking at all the ingredients that are involved to make kadai green beans. Now, kadai means wok fried. It's like a stir fried in Indian. And at Marigold is one of our signature dishes. It can be done with any vegetables from zucchini to squash. Our example today is green beans.
Now, you've blanched the green beans. That's easy. You can do that ahead of time. Then what?
Then you're set to go. You put the oil in the pan. When it gets hot, you throw in the black mustard seeds, which can be found on pretty much every one of the ethnic aisles at Jewel or Dominic's, what have you. When they start popping, and you're really going to get the aroma then. That's when you.
That's kind of fun.
Yes.
The popping of the mustard seeds.
It is exciting, and if you get the smell of burnt popcorn, you've gone too far.
Okay.
You want to start over.
Tip.
But you throw in the green beans and you toss them around, and then you salt, pepper, garlic to finish. When the garlic gets a little golden brown, you're set to go.
You're ready to eat.
And
one of the classic dishes at
and Marigold Restaurant is one of our classics, yes.
Okay, now tandoori chicken. I always think you need a clay oven, and I'm not going to have a tandoori oven.
And what we'll show you is it's so simple to do with a conventional oven, it's not even a problem.
Okay, so start with chicken, of course.
Yes. Well, we'll start with the marinade. All these ingredients here, as you talked about earlier on the show, having all of that in your pantry would be very difficult, very economically not possible.
Right, right.
One way to solve that problem is you stop by any of your local Dominic's or Jewel, and they have tandoori masala, which is a pre-mix of all of these. Now at Marigold, obviously, we're able to use all of them all the time.
Sure, you actually get the spices and make them yourself, heat them up and grind them.
We toast them and grind them ourselves. But for home use, this is an easy, economical way to do it.
So you've got that, then you mix it with
a little bit of lime juice and sour cream, and if you want to save yourself a little bit of the fat content, you can use Greek yogurt, or even light sour cream would work just as well. And that's the color of your marinade before you start.
Now we know why the chicken is that color. And so then now what? Now I've got my chicken, it hasn't been cooked yet, I've got my marinade. How long do you leave it on, or do you do the chicken first?
Yep, you're just going to marinate it the day before. Marinates for about 24 hours. And then the next day, you just throw it in the pan. And here's where the tandoori oven solving of the problem comes into play. You cook it the same you would for a regular turkey, about 3.5 hours for a 10-pound bird.
Okay, in the oven.
In the oven, but covered. But for the last hour or so, you want to take off the top. And that's going to allow you to get the caramelization just like you would in a tandoori oven.
I see. All right, and this you can also get at Marigold, right?
Yes, you can.
All right, Joe Moore, thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
Giving us you know what, if we were really impressing our relatives with what we can now do with Indian cooking, well, thank you.
Definitely, thank you.
We're not done yet. We'll have much more to come after the break.